Hey, it's time to discover Arc 11 with Episode 3 of Triangle Strategy Unit Buffs, series where I theorize giving the skills of more niche characters to other characters to make them more unique or viable, and also taking some passive skills and putting those as weapon chart upgrades so that the charts would be more skills, less just plain stat buffs. So today we'll be looking at Groma's skills and giving them out to Anna and Picoletta. This was actually the one that really started off the idea for this series, was how useless Groma is, because Groma is easily the worst unit in this game, being an evasion tank niche with really nothing else. She doesn't have a whole lot of damage. She has minor utility, but not really enough opportunity to make use of it, especially Sweeping Kick. That's her biggest utility, and, well, really her only utility, I guess. But just can't make use of it because evasion tanking doesn't work in Triangle Strategy. First off, she doesn't have enough evasion to really evade physical attacks until Desperate Evasion activates. And once Desperate Evasion activates, because she's kind of frail, she's not going to survive very long. If she gets hit by anything, she's probably not going to live it. And magic has perfect accuracy, so she's very easily going to get hit by magic. So evasion tanking just really hard to pull off, and Groma doesn't do it too well. So we're going to be giving most of her skills over to Picoletta and making Picoletta into the evasion tank. This wouldn't make evasion tanking better by nature, but Picoletta does have some things that would allow her to evasion tank more efficiently than Groma would. But we'll start off with the skills that we're going to give over to Anna, and that is Evade Detection. So this works really well with Anna's kit. Anna's all about getting behind enemies without being seen, and then striking from behind, usually with follow-up attacks to trigger a lot of follow-up attacks. So Evade Detection would be really useful for Anna. Fits her kit perfectly, and it's really weird that she doesn't have it at all. It's just really strange she has Remain and Recover over this. Like, this feels like something that would have fit much better on Anna's kit, whereas Remain and Recover feels like it would have fit better on Groma's kit, so it's a very strange decision why she didn't have it in the first place. So this would go over to Anna, be put onto her chart, and this would also go onto Anna's chart. So again, this fits pretty well with Anna's kit. This would raise her survivability after she gets a kill, which just fits perfectly with how she's supposed to be used. Go in, get kills, take cover again. So those two would go to Anna. Sweeping Kick, this would go to Picoletta so that she has some more utility. Picoletta is already very niche with being all about decoy and throwing ranged items for debuffs or attacks. So giving her the extra utility of having this would make her a lot more usable. Give her something else to do when she's not using decoy or throwing items. Energy Wave, Picoletta already has this in the form of Ball Toss. So just raise the damage on Ball Toss so that it's equal to Energy Wave, pretty much. That's it. Literally, these are the same skill. The only difference is just the amount of damage on them. Lure In, again, give this to Picoletta so that she could be the evasion tank instead of Groma. Cross Counter goes to Picoletta, and Desperate Evasion, again, goes to Picoletta. So I believe so Picoletta actually already has one less evasion than Groma, that's it. So she's already set to be an evasion tank like Groma is, but she has something much better for it, and that is Decoy. So by having Decoy, this would allow a more evasion tank focused Picoletta to properly do it. Since she could use her decoy, the decoy would be the one dodging most of the attacks, and when the decoy goes down, Picoletta still has some survivability, and Picoletta has better bulk. Well, she has less defenses, but she has more HP, at least. So, I guess overall, probably about the same amount of bulk, but she does have more magic defense, so she's slightly better at surviving against the things that would be hitting her, along with the extra HP. And I would also just put intensive items onto Picoletta's chart. So the strange thing is Picoletta, I think, might be the only unit, or one of the only units, that does not have a full list of skills. Every other unit gets down to final spot. Picoletta is the only one that doesn't, I think. Maybe someone else does, but she's one of the only units that is literally just lacking a final skill. So yeah, that's it for this episode, covering how to give Groma's skills over to Anna and Picoletta. If you give Groma's evasion tanking kit over to Picoletta, I feel like she would be much better at it. And again, that was what inspired this whole series, was the idea of giving Groma's evasion tanking to Picoletta. Since with Decoy, she would just be much better at actually evasion tanking. So I'll have a few more episodes of this, going to try to keep it to covering just one character, giving skills out to 2 to 3 other characters per episode. There's next episode where I'm going to be giving out to 3 other characters instead of 2, and then the final episode will be covering the characters getting a few things that were skipped over on Yulio and Hasabara. I'll save those for last. So, see you next time!